Hi, this is Kierin, and in today's video we'll be covering the basics of Cardano staking, learning about all the important terminology as well as how to select your staking pool to get the best possible return on investment, as well as some important resources and available wallets that you can use. A beginner's guide to Cardano staking. If you want to have a step-by-step tutorial on how to stake your Cardano, make sure you check out this video where I show how you use the Adderlite interface and your hardware wallet to stake your Cardano. This here is more about the basics, the terminologies, getting a better understanding of all of the aspects of Cardano staking so that you can stake like a pro. Make sure to watch until the end, because at the end of the video I'll be sharing with you how you can select the best possible staking pools to maximize your return on investment. In a nutshell, this is what you need to know. So first of all, staked ADA is never leaving your wallet. So if you've got your ADA on a hardware wallet like the Nano S and you actually delegate to a staking pool, you're not actually sending them any ADA. Your ADA stays in your wallet. You're just telling that staking pool that they can use your ADA to propose new blocks and vote on new blocks. That's it. So it's completely safe. You can also select a staking pool of your choice. So if you trust one staking pool more than another, then you can also do that. But more about that later on. Staking cost. So staking doesn't cost you anything. You actually earn a return on investment by delegating to a staking pool. And you won't be losing any balance by staking, so you don't have to fret about that. Furthermore, if you look at the margin, sometimes you see 1% or 5%. That actually has a very minimal impact on your rewards, as well as the cost. So you might see, for example, 340 ADA as a cost. Don't worry, you won't have to pay this. This cost is split among all of the delegators in that staking pool. So your actual percentage of that cost is going to be super, super low. This is the minimum and maximum stake amount. This varies depending on what kind of wallet and platform you're using. So depending on your wallet, the minimum is 1 or 10 ADA. The refundable deposit amount is 2 ADA. The registration redelegation cost is around 0.17 ADA. So super low. You can actually just change a staking pool whenever you want. It's not going to impact your rewards too much, and it's not going to cost you like a lot. There's no maximum threshold of how much ADA you can stake. At the moment, unfortunately, there's only the possibility to select a single staking pool. Selecting multiple staking pools is something that's going to be implemented in the future, hopefully soon. Saturation is super, super important. And to calculate the saturation levels in terms of how much ADA consists of a saturated pool, you take the total supply of ADA divided by K, this decentralization number, to get the saturation level. So in December 2020, K is 500. So if you divide the total supply by 500, you get 64 million in saturation. So keep in mind, you don't use the max supply, it's only the total supply. So that means when you've got 64 million in saturation, you have to always select staking pools that have less than 64 million delegated. This K parameter, this decentralization variable, can also increase in the future. So possibly it's going to go up a lot higher, because this K parameter actually enables the whole Cardano blockchain to be decentralized, and it distributes the delegated ADA among all of the staking pools, making sure that not only one staking pool has all of the Cardano delegated to it. Rewards. You want to know what also feels fantastic apart from high interest rates? Well, that's smashing that like button. Just takes a second, helps out these videos a lot. Also very important, of course, because that means you'll be earning passive income by delegating your Cardano. And this is fantastic because you'll be sleeping and or doing other things, and your Cardano will be earning around 5 to 6% per year. Fantastic. And it's not in USD valuation, it's in coin valuation. So if the coins go up by 10x or 100x in the next 5 years, then these 6% that you're earning per year is going to be a crazy amount of money that you just earned passively without doing anything. So no matter what you do, don't really look too much on the return on investment of the different pools, because in the long run, the return on investment is going to go towards more or less fixed rate of 4 to 5% annually. So if you see one pool that is earning 5% per year and another one 5.5 or 6%, that's not the most important criteria to look at. Your initial rewards will come 15 to 20 days after you've delegated your Cardano, so don't be scared if you don't see any rewards after just a few days. Now let's look at the different wallets that you can actually use. I'll go over some pros and cons, and I'll also share with you the favorite wallets that I'm using at the moment. So the first one is Daedalus by Input Output Hong Kong. So it's an official wallet, which is great. It's non-custodial. That means you always have control over the keys. They don't have any control over your coins. It's a full node wallet. That means it will take a lot more space on your laptop. It's definitely not ideal if you've got a low performance laptop. It's a dev priority. That means the devs fix bugs that are in this wallet as fast as possible. It's got hardware wallet support, Trezor and Ledger. This is fantastic. If you've got a large amount of ADA coins, then you should definitely get yourself a hardware wallet. In the description, you find all the links to all of these wallets and where you can download them. Make sure that you only go for official source websites because there are many scams where fake wallets are being distributed. Yoroi wallet, another official wallet. This is by Merger. So it's official, open source, non-custodial, which is great. I recommend only going with non-custodial wallets. There's a Chrome extension. The only danger with that is that someone might download a fake Chrome extension. So always be careful that you're downloading the official Chrome extension. It's also dev priority. There's mobile friendly versions, iOS and Android. Hardware wallet support, Ledger and Trezor. Adalai wallet, which is an online wallet. It's like an interface. It's third party and open source, non-custodial as well. It's a web-based light wallet. This is my favorite. I like to use the Adalai wallet. I've also made a video on how you can actually stake Cardano step by step. I'll link it somewhere here above. Now the only downside with this, me personally, I don't think it's a downside, but they actually autofill the staking pool with their own staking pool, but you can actually change which staking pool you'd like to use. This is definitely important since sometimes they pre-fill a pool that is saturated. Atomic wallet is a third-party non-custodial wallet. Unfortunately, there's no hardware wallet support. If you really want to use it, me personally, I would more likely go with a hardware supported wallet. But if you don't have a hardware wallet, then you can also use the Atomic wallet. It doesn't make a difference. Unfortunately, it's not a dev priority since it's a multi-asset wallet. You can actually change your staking pool, even though they actually pre-fill their own Cardano staking pool. Exodus wallet is a third-party non-custodial wallet. It's got Trezor hardware support. Unfortunately, no Ledger Nano hardware support. It's a multi-asset wallet, which is great if you just want to have one type of wallet for multiple cryptocurrencies. It's not a dev priority, so that means if there are some problems with Cardano, they might address it at some point. It's just not the highest priority. Here, one of the biggest downsides is you're not able to change the default Exodus staking pool for another one. I think this is a big downside to the Exodus wallet. I would possibly go with another wallet if I were you. Here are the most important criteria for selecting a pool to delegate your Cardano to. I think it's super important to look at all of these points and figure out what pools actually fit your criteria. So first of all, you've got the saturation point, total supply and circulation, and up equal 150. It means no longer high reward. So we looked at the saturation point at the moment. It has to be less than 64 million. So the amount of stake against the pool between 3% and 60%. Pool operator, does this pool operator have a presence in the community? Is it trustworthy? Does he create videos? Does he have a blog and he explains stuff about the Cardano project? I think this is definitely an important point because the more involved he is in the community and the more trustworthy he is, the more likely he is to run his staking pool diligently and do all the security updates that are necessary. Number of pools run by the operator. I think this is a very important point because not a lot of people actually look at that. So many pool operators have attractive marketing and they might have 10 different Cardano staking pools. And me personally, I think this is not the best pool to select because the idea behind the Cardano blockchain and the staking pools is to have as high of a decentralization as possible. And a lot of staking pools that are run by the same operator has a higher chance of maybe a Sybil attack. So it's possible that Cardano will implement something to penalize such operators. Me personally, I'd only go with operators that are operating 1 or maximum 2 staking pools. Update channels, super important so that you can stay informed about changes to the pool. Are they increasing the fees? Are they doing some updates? I think it's important to stay up to date, especially if you're delegating a high amount of Cardano. Staking pool ranking, so you can look on the different websites. I'm going to list them later on. And you can look at the ranking of the different pools. This might also help you create an informed decision on what kind of staking pool you want to select. Fees, it's important, but in my opinion, not the highest ranking factor. So running a staking pool isn't difficult, but it is a staking pool operator earning something might take it a lot more seriously. So I think this is important. I wouldn't go with the staking pools that don't charge any fees, because it is actually quite costly to run a staking pool. So the pool pledge, promise of the owner, it's like skin in the game type of thing, and no big difference between 100,000 and 1 million pledge. So if one staking pool has a 100,000 pledge, another has a 1 million pledge, you won't actually experience that much of a difference with your rewards. So it might be a difference of 0.01% return. Pool fixed costs, so the minimum is 340 ADA. That is defined by the Cardano project, and this is split among all of the delegators that are delegating their Cardano. So it doesn't really matter if this is a bit higher, since this amount that you're going to be actually paying is going to be minuscule. Pool margin percent, between 1% or 4%. This also does not have a massive impact on the delegated rewards. Me personally, I would look at the other factors to make my decision, and less on the pool fixed cost or the pool margin percent. The rewards are more likely influenced by the lottery of a slot allotment and the pool performance, so the luck. Performance, how much the pool should have made versus how much the pool actually made. This should be greater than 85%. So me personally, I'm looking a lot more at the performance, the staking pool ranking, the number of pools run by the operator, and then also what the operator is doing in the community. So what kind of presence does he have? Is he known? Does he have anonymous identity, or does he actually have some public social media profiles? So I think this is very important. So let's look at a few useful resources that you can use to select staking pools. The first one is pooltool.io, which is fantastic. You can look at the different staking pool rankings, and you can make a better informed decision on what kind of staking pool you'd actually like to use. And here underneath the title of the staking pool, you will see something like an ID, and this ID you will have to copy and paste into your wallet interface. So in Adelaide, you're going to have an input box, and you can paste this in, and often it will auto-fulfill the rest of the information about the staking pool that you'd like to dedicate your Cardano towards. The next resource, also staking pool ranking website, and that is adapools.org. Me personally, this is my favorite one that I use. It's got fantastic ranking. It's a third-party service, but I think they've got a lot of data that you can look at. You can look at the performance, the fees, the saturation levels, and so on. Then you've also got Adastat, which is a pretty useful website to use. Cardano Scan is another resource. I'll link all of these resources down below so you can find out which one fits your flavor the best. Most of them actually do what they are supposed to do, display the rankings of the different staking pools perfectly. It's just the interface or some features that change between the different explorers. Thanks a lot for watching. Make sure to smash the like button if you're looking forward to the Gogwin era. With that said, I wish you a fantastic day, and I'll catch you in the next video. Have a good one. Bye-bye.